would like to, because I think I've taken too much of the time of yours, to already give the floor to my colleague in Petten and the Joint Research Center, and my dear friend Pietro Moretto, and he's the head of unit battery and hydrogen technologies in the Joint Research Center, and I have to say he is kindly supporting us continuously from the beginning with his team, and we are very happy with that. Pietro, the floor is yours.
You know that the GRC is very agile, so let me know how much I have to take still of the time because the presentation was supposed to be 20 minutes. So tell me when how I have to redesign and when I have to stop. How much time do you
still
give me?
have 15 to 20 minutes, Pietro.
Okay, thank you. So I have also a presentation that I will share with you. Good morning to everyone. Mirella said very clearly that the team around my unit has supported the joint undertaking since a lot of time, but I wanted to make it clear that there is much broader picture of the JRC around the hydrogen themes. The director of Van der Vlies said, use the word hydrogen is the rock star of the present policies and of the Green Deal. Me being an Italian, I would use the word parsley, that is slightly different, but it is a plant that is coming everywhere. So JRC is diffused across Europe, as you can see here. I'm placed in Petten, and we are delivering the most of the work in the frame of the collaboration with the joint undertaking, but there are other colleagues at JRC in different directorates that are still working on hydrogen themes, and partially in the frame of the collaboration, partially using the achievement of the joint undertaking for modeling, like in Seville. And we are also relying on our colleagues, expert of life cycle assessment and sustainability in ISPRA for setting that part of the joint undertaking program. Even in Karlsruhe, they're very focused on nuclear technologies and materials, are collaborating with us on some theme related to hydrogen materials and obviously low carbon power sources for hydrogen production. So having said this, this is more or less what we are doing with the joint undertaking. And we can speak of a collaboration. Mirella spoke about support, but it's really more a framework that we have set up many, many years ago, partially financial, partially just simply as in-kind collaboration that is allowing us to use expertise from both sides to improve and help each other. And I will give you some example very soon of how the joint undertaking is also helping JRC to support the policy of the Commission. The structure of the collaboration is around these topics. I'm not going into detail. Sustainability is one of the last entry, but is one of the most important, as you have heard by the speakers before. Regulation code standards is there to stay. Safety, we are slowly passing all our activity and competence to the joint undertaking because their announced knowledge management hub will contain all the part also on safety that at the moment the GRC is doing. I'm not going too much in detail about the operative work that we are doing around the life cycle of the setting objective, setting KPIs, key performance indicator, and assessing it, because Mirella already mentioned it. But this is really important. The message here is the following. I am old enough to tell you that the joint undertaking, this joint undertaking, is paying a lot of attention to this life cycle in order to increase and maximize the impact. Much more than and well before other joint undertaking came in and learned from us. So this cycle that is a continuous improvement and assessment requires someone that is independently checking where we are, and this is the role of the Joint Research Center. We have set a couple of years ago a methodology for the setting of the key performance indicator and the targets, and this is functioning well because now we are working on the 3 years update, and there is not much to update, and the methodology and the way forward, so we know it. And as every program trying to maximize impact, you need also an assessment moment. We are performing the annual program review. Mirella showed the version of 2023 that is just simply published now. This is the version 2022. Along with this public version, there is also a set of recommendation that the JRC is issuing to the program office of the joint undertaking, and this recommendation are input in the cycle, annual and multi-annual cycle. This to give you an idea that behind what you are seeing, and you will see in this today as a result, there is a whole work of assessment and improvement at program level. Now, sustainability is the word of today and tomorrow, probably. This to give you an impression how we are agile. We, and when I say we, is joint undertaking and JRC together. We can set a beautiful set of objective, multi-annual objective, but we always have something coming in for which we have to be ready to and flexible enough to put resources and to change a little bit the way and the focus. This is something that we have done last year, answering and addressing a pretty loud statement coming from some publication. The report that I'm showing you here is the results of a broad spectrum of stakeholders. It doesn't contain more scientific data that it has been already published. But the advantage, the great achievement I'm very proud of is that the conclusions contained there are consented conclusion across the whole spectrum of stakeholders, and has been helped to create a space in the joint undertaking program and also in Horizon Europe program addressing the recommendation coming from this report. This is one example of how we are able to answer additional challenges coming in. I don't go into detail, but the critical raw material are another important topic that is become very important also in the strategic policy agenda with the Critical Raw Material Act. And the JRC is involved in the identification of the critical and the strategically critical raw material. And we are working with the joint undertaking and some project of it together. Now, I spoke about the fact that our collaboration and support is bilateral. There are the arrows of support is coming into the direction. The Commission has set a geographic lab around energy industry topics. We have added an additional layer fully dedicated to hydrogen, and the data contained here are coming from the observatory, the Fuel Cell and Hydrogen Observatory, and the Hydrogen Europe data. So this is an example of cross-fertilization. Working on it, we are beginning to work at another challenge at the moment is coming or beginning to come on the policy agenda, and which is the hydrogen-water nexus. It's part of the energy-water nexus, but we are starting to look really now into detail because of the foreseen and necessary upscaling of the hydrogen production route. And using the system, the tool that I mentioned, we have started to look which is the water necessity at the moment and which will be the water necessity in 2050. We are doing at the moment in Europe. The ambition is to do it across the world. What I'm presenting you are only very, very, very preliminary data. But this theme, this topic is also shared with the joint undertaking, and we will work together as soon as there will be a project or a study that is generated there. Now, still on sustainability, there also a necessity of supporting in a very humble way the operative part of the program, and this is what we are also active with our with colleagues between PETEN and ISPRA. We are reviewing the life cycle assessment deliverable of all the project. We have produced a checklist helping the project to do so in a better way. We have also receiving from the project, working on it of the joint undertaking, inventories of systems, and we are injecting it in our life cycle data network that the JRC is managing for the Commission. And we are working also on specific aspect. We are still working on H2 emissions, and there is also an important component on hydrogen delivery. In the past, we have dedicated a lot of work on the economic and energetic cost of hydrogen transport and delivery. And together with the joint undertaking, we're also working on the social impact of it. All these things that I'm showing you are not yet available publicly, but just simply a matter of a couple of months of finalizing and publishing. If you are old as I am, probably you have been a child when there were these stickers that you were, yes, stickers that you were working on as a children. You were buying it and putting in an album. This looks a little bit like an album of children, but in fact are the collection of all the publication that we have done together with the program office on harmonization of testing aiming at testing the water electrolysis performance. This is not a commitment. We are not imposing, the European Commission is not imposing this on every project, but it is a strongly and warm suggestion to use this harmonized test. It's the product of a working group, of more than one working groups at the joint undertaking, led by the JRC. And it's a painstaking technical work that we have done here. It's not sexy, but if you wanted to measure, how to measure your overall energy consumption of your system, you can go there and you find a solution, or even more than one solution. We are still working on it, and there will be a continuous work in progress on that. Together with that is just simply paper and test, we are also offering a kind of general testing hardware for single cell. You can download the design and build yourself. You can ask the JRC to do it for you. You can ask the JRC to test what you have built in our laboratory, and we are also going to your laboratory if you need this. On safety, I said that we are in the process of moving all of the competences to the joint undertaking. But in the absence of the European Hydrogen Safety Panel, we are, you have heard Mirella, we are reinstalling it, but there has been a period where we could not rely on the incredible broad competence on hydrogen safety of the panel. JRC went on, and we have issued a new upgraded and updated version of the database containing all of the hydrogen safety related events. Is available for download in this link. You can contact me also if you have input. This is a one-stop shop for everything what you know, what you want to know that happened in the past on hydrogen safety related events. It's a huge collection of narrative, of stories from which yourself you can shape the statistics that you wanted to extract. During these last 2 years, in an absence of the hydrogen safety panel, we have interacted with an enormous quantity of users, more than 200. And for all of them, not for all of them, but for several of them, we have tailored the message according to their need. Why we are doing this? Because it's important to guarantee the memory of the past to be able to extract a lesson for the future. And if you wanted to say exactly what you need for this, you need a system that is storing the information, encoding it, so that you can retrieve it whenever you want. This is the work of the database that we are doing. Sorry for that. And this is not directly together with the joint undertaking. Sorry for that. But we are also offering a testing service. The project of the joint undertaking are welcome to access our research infrastructure. And since my voice is now going to an end, it's also going to an end of the presentation. So over to you. I stop sharing. And
Thank you. Really, thank you very much, Pietro, for your, like I said already, continuous support and for collaboration. Very good point, indeed. On many aspects, not only support and collaboration on the knowledge with the program review in general, but also with the different aspects of the harmonization, like you said, of the testing protocols, in particular for electrolysis. But also, like, we plan to work for next year on subjects, on very important subjects for the sector, such as water availability. Indeed, really, thank you very much for our continuous collaboration. Good. I would like to, if you can maybe stop sharing. I believe it's you.
Yeah, but I unfortunately someone has to do it for me because okay, now I
Okay,
discover where
good.
to do it. Yeah.
So really, thank you very much. And now, because we have many things to say, in particular myself, who can never stay within the time because of the program and all our achievements, which I cannot drop from any slide that I brought together. And I have so many things to share every year that I apologize for taking all the time for that. Therefore, we will have to shorten a bit the break. We were promising in the agenda to reconvene at 11 o'clock, and I will propose that we reconvene at 11 to continue with a deep dive into the portfolio analysis of our projects and with the presentations of the team of the Clean Hydrogen JU. So please stay here. We will reconvene 11:05. Thank you very much.